Hey everybody, this is Nimbus Intuition. How is everybody doing? I gotta leave this right here because I'm in this facility, and so as people come by, I gotta So forgive the mess, but I gotta have it right here. All right, y'all. So let's get started the right way because I didn't do that last time, and I'm kind of kicking myself for that. But we're gonna start the right way. So before we get started, think of things that make you feel good. Think about that time that you enjoyed so much that will stay in your memory forever. Think about what made you laugh recently, what made you smile, your favorite picture, your favorite park, your favorite place to go, your favorite time of day, that favorite daydream, that favorite anything. Whatever makes you smile, laugh, and feel good. Think about that. Just think about those moments, whether they were recent, not so recent, or even things that are not yet here. Think about those things. Think about those things. And that's how we're going to get started. All right, so how is everybody out there? All right, so you all know from the post I did a few days ago that I came up COVID positive, which prevented me from flying. And so now I'm in a facility that is a COVID positive facility. I'm calling it the COVID hotel. Everybody here is positive and at different levels of this COVID situation. And so that's where I am. And I have to be here for at least 2 weeks, maybe even 3, depending. Now, I'm going to bring y'all some more information about this experience. I think I'm going to do it separate so my videos don't get deleted. And so I am keeping like a COVID hotel diary so that you all who are interested in what this is all about can find out more in detail about what this experience entails, who I'm meeting, why they have come here, who I'm seeing, what conditions have they been going through, why do they believe that they're here, do they look healthy, do they look ill, everything that you can ask, I will ask while I'm here and find out for everybody who knows, who wants to know, who's curious about this, who hasn't heard it yet. I'm going to find out for y'all. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to put that somewhere separate from regular YouTube and bring it to y'all because this is, I think in a way I kind of manifested this as well because this was the big thing on my list of curiosities because I was tired of seeing the news, tired of watching. Well, I don't really pay attention to the news, but tired of hearing so much drama around this COVID thing. And no, who wants to come up positive for COVID? No, I didn't want to come up positive. I wanted to be in the United States by now. However, that I did, to me, is a blessing in disguise because now I can find out my answers that I need to because I'm around exactly what I was curious about. I can talk to everybody on each level that I needed answers for. And that's what I shall do. That's what I'm doing currently. And just stay tuned and you will get the whole story from my experience with this. And so for me, I still don't believe the official story. As you can see me, I don't look sick or whatever. Y'all know that, I found something on me or whatever. And I have to be back in the States before I get to that. And as a matter of fact, as you will see the other videos that I do concerning this, they only concerned with COVID here. So they won't, see about anything else but the basics. And that's it. And I'll talk more about that, like I said, separate. So I had a sore throat about 2 days before I was supposed to fly. They made it mandatory to test before you fly now. So you have to take a COVID test before you fly now. I knew that I had, was getting hoarse. So my throat was a little off or whatever. But because I wasn't sneezing and coughing, I was like, well, I'm probably going to be okay, because I've already said that I think the common cold is how you come up with COVID. So, but I didn't think that, I didn't think of it like that, because I didn't have phlegm going on, like a lot of it, anything noticeable. And so I went ahead, even though I already have in my mind that you can come up positive with a common cold. It was just a sore throat. And so, but lo and behold, I came up positive, sitting at the airport, which I wasn't supposed to be at. I wasn't really thinking that I was going to come up positive. And so that was a whole other drama, because they had to clear out the airport and sanitize and everything else, just because I was sitting there for all that time. And so now I've been at this COVID, quote unquote, hotel, and I've been here now for 4 days, 5 days, about 5 days since Friday. 5 days. And so, and it's been experience so far. And like I said, I'm really going to detail the experience elsewhere. I just really want to, this is really about what people are thinking, and I want to kind of clear up some thoughts and process, because I never thought I would be on this side of it. If you think you're a chosen one, you don't think that you're going to come down with COVID, or you're not going to be labeled with COVID, or, you're not going to be associated with it. So, it is what it is. This is what's going on. But COVID, coming up positive for a COVID test, is not a death sentence. And I want to put that out there, because I think that is the thinking. That means that you are on your way to the grave or something, and that's not true. And I keep trying to make it separate, because I really do have to talk about this place I'm experiencing right now. I'm seeing people as young as 19 years old come through here. I'm seeing people as old as their 70s coming through here. I'm seeing people who look healthy. I'm seeing people who don't look healthy. There are all levels of people with this here. There are people like me who I'm functioning, and doesn't look like anything's wrong with me at all. And there's people who, are bedridden. They have to have oxygen. And there's every level in between that. But again, I'm going to talk about that separately. But a COVID positive test does not mean that you're on your way to the grave. It's not over. Don't you believe that? And I still don't believe the official story. This is not making me believe it. This actually is proving the thoughts that I had prior to this happening, which I'll detail separately. I don't believe the hype, and I still don't believe the hype. What I believe that I have is strep throat, which I told the doctor about a couple of days ago, and they started giving me medication without doing a test. So since they're skipping a step, we'll see by next week if I'm better. If I'm not, then I'll believe something else. But until then, I think I got strep throat. However, y'all know how I think. I think a lot of things are being labeled as COVID. And so it is what it is. And so here I am. But, it's not a death sentence. I want people to stop thinking and stop believing that. I never did think that, because I know that, I know how I feel about it. And I'm sitting around, walking around, doing everything just as normal. And then they say, oh, you got a positive COVID test now. Okay, get out of here, for real. And they won't test me again for 14 days. So, So this treatment that I'm doing for strep throat without the strep throat test is kind of important, because if I didn't get the test, and I had to tell the doctor, this is the thing. And like I said, this is something I'm talking about separately. I had to tell the doctor what was going on with me. Now, how many people are aware themselves enough to do that. So that's a whole other story, and I'll get to that separately. But I'm just gonna keep on telling you, COVID positive test is not the end. All right, don't you believe that? All right, we know that there's all kind of things going on. There's been people who have been dying from this, yes. But I believe, and I've always said this, and I will repeat it. You know, my heart goes out to people who have dealt with it in that way, where there has been loss. Now, you have lost a loved one due to this pandemic and this thing that's supposed to be going around. However, I still believe what I believe. I believe there are underlying conditions, and it's being labeled with COVID. I still believe that. COVID positive test does not mean the end. All right, y'all stay encouraged out there. I will say, though, that if you are planning on traveling or doing anything where you have to take a test, that to make sure that you don't have any cold symptoms at all. Nothing. Sore throat included. And so that's what I would suggest for you. So if you know that you're about to travel, whatever, and a day before you travel, you start coughing and sneezing, and you know you got some phlegm, don't take the test because you're going to waste your money. Here, it costs money. I'm not sure that that's true for everybody. I've heard different stories, but here is not a little bit of money for this this country to pay for this test. So I think it's just a waste of money in a lot of ways because what I think I have is strep throat. Anyway, so no, that is not the end. All right, everything is going to go back, and the only thing that changes is the people and how people react to this. Now, because I'm going to detail this separately, I don't want to go in too deep, but it depends on people's mindset. How is your family? How are your friends? How are your co-workers? How is your community dealing with the host of positive people who have come up positive for COVID? Now, if they are accepting of the people who come up positive, as long as they, get to the point where they become negative, are they still treated in a certain way, in a certain manner? And that's the key. That's the key in the question mark, I think. I have come across one person here who kind of stuck here because her family won't come and get her after she has tested negative because they are scared. And so that is what can be the difference in all of this. What are people's reactions to this COVID situation? Is it one that is, fear-based minded, just like the example I just gave, a real live situation that's occurring for someone here, where this person has nowhere to go right now because the people who she's supposed to have, are too scared to be around her. Or other people who they come in and they come out of here very quickly because they are able to quarantine at home. So they don't even spend more than a few hours here. Unfortunate because I spent most of my time on the other island, so I fall in that category too. So I have to do my time until that next test comes through. I have to do it here. And so, so how are people around you? What is your community like? What is the atmosphere when it comes to this thing? And I think that's what that's what it's about. All right, for you chosen ones out there, no, you too, you may be caught up in this in some kind of way, even though that's not in your world. It wasn't in mine. And I think part of that is why I'm in this situation. It wasn't in my world. I wasn't thinking about it. Wasn't thinking that it was going to affect me at all. Honestly. Like, no, that ain't going to happen. But guess what? All right. And so, and a lot of us have that that thinking, because we're living in a different kind of vibration. We vibing high. We not living in fear. We walking a life that doesn't include a lot of things that make people ill in the first place. We don't live in fear. We don't walk thinking about this thing. We live in our lives. We enjoying things, and we are being positive and staying high vibrational. And it's the last thing we're thinking about. So a lot of us are not affected, except by family members that come up with it, and it may be close to us in that kind of way. But us ourselves, not many of us have dealt with this kind of thing. And that's because we know some things about, staying high vibrational and not living in fear and all of that. But know that, no one is, everybody is possible. And so, and I'm proof of that. But a part of it is humbling. It's humbling to see someone, in our community go through this. That, well, it may be because we think the way we think, and we live in, outside of fear, and a lot of times, and just to see it happen. But I think that some of this is because we tend to separate ourselves from other people sometimes. They don't, certain things yet we may have distanced ourselves from in some kind of way, maybe not even intentionally. And then, and I think this is why this kind of thing can happen. Not that I've done that, it's just that because I'm not thinking about it, I'm not, it was going to be a part of my world, especially not even this close, I would say, but me having it myself, as far as being labeled with it myself, and then you can get into the conspiracy theories about, chosen ones being, singled out as far as being labeled with it or whatever. So that's a whole other story. However, my point is that, are we doing what we need to do with everybody? Because that's the question that has come to me. Like, being in this scenario makes me believe that the things that I have been sharing, things that I have, the ability to share, I've been sharing within the community really, and not really outside of it. And so this allows me to actually get to other folks who may not necessarily be woke, but this is what I'm thinking. And so I can be a real help here while I'm here. And, and I can see where a lot of the things that we do, because we are people who help other people, can help everybody. And I think some of us, we stay in our own communities and we don't venture out. And so, the universe works the way the universe works, and God will make something very obvious, to you, even when you might not be thinking about it. Like, oh, okay, so I haven't really been thinking about how I could help the folks that are going through this. Now, of course, I am, because I'm here, surrounded by everybody around me right now, excluding the medical people, are COVID positive. And so I'm missing a whole group of people that I could help, because I'm not thinking about that. Who are you helping right now? Is it only one group of people? Or is it everybody? And I'm sure about that. It's not something that I'm really thinking about, and it's not really intentional to only focus on one group of people, but maybe that is what you're going through as well. And so I see gratefulness in everything around me. I'm glad to be going through this experience, because now I can see something I didn't see before. And folks that's going through this, they are really, can you imagine what some folks' mindset may be in going through this? Especially like the person who's stuck here right now. Like, I can help her. And so this is what I'm saying. Just think about who you're helping, and are you extending that help to everyone? Right? And so COVID positive is not a death sentence. Anybody who's going through it, who has someone close to them, or know somebody who has come up COVID positive, does not mean that that is the end. Again, in my opinion, it depends on the underlying condition. What is it that they're suffering from, and how that affects their body and the health of their body or not. And so in my case, and I'm not trying to make light of anybody else's case, because there are people in this same building right under me, this level below me, who are on oxygen tanks. So I'm not making light of anything. However, in my case, I'll be walking out of here in a couple of weeks if I don't come up with a cold or something else, like that. And so, yeah. And depending, like I said, on the transition back into the world, depends on what happens after that. So no, just be encouraged that just because that may have happened to someone you love, someone you know, someone you care about, or even yourself, that coming up with a positive COVID diagnosis, COVID test, doesn't mean that the end is here. It does not mean that. I believe it's about mindset. What you believe, you become a lot of times. And so it's important that you know that you're going to get through this. You know that the people that you love that are affected by this are going to get through this. It's important to remember that this too is something that can be gotten through. Can be. Not all cases is this going to be true, of course. However, you need to know that that is the possibility, and strong possibility. You have to believe in yourself when you think these things. You have to believe what it is. It's these affirmations that we do. You are, speaking your life into this world. I am going to be okay. I am going to be healthy. And you don't have to put the going. I am healthy. I am okay. I am functional. My body has equilibrium. I am fine. And you speak that into the universe. And this is what affirmations do. And so my affirmations lately haven't been about health. So, but it's to me, I just did not, haste. I was in such a haste to leave that I really didn't listen to myself. And I knew that a common cold could come up positive for this, that one thing. So the sore throat didn't prevent me from taking the test. So I think it's on me. It's on me. People with worse conditions, just take it to effect. Knowledge is key, because like in my case, I know about strep throat. I've had it before. The more I talk to you all, the hoarse, I'm going to start becoming hoarse. That's part of strep throat. I started taking medication, but that's, it's going to take a couple of weeks, about a week to kick in. If I didn't know that about myself, then I couldn't guide the doctor. The doctor's supposed to be guiding us. You see, so knowledge is power. So knowledge is key. And we have everything at our fingertips as far as access is concerned with what is, things and the possibilities that are there and what we're facing. But knowledge is key. So if I didn't know about this, if I wasn't aware that, I've had this condition before and I know what the treatment is and this and that other, then this test could have me, I don't know how, untreated strep throat, what that results in. But being labeled with COVID, I guess I would eventually have been on an oxygen tank. But it's too soon to tell. I'm just saying what I believe because no test was done. I'm just getting the treatment. Again, I'm not making light of anybody's other situation. This is just confirming to me that the official story is not something that I still don't back the official story. You take precautions. You talk to your doctor, but you know what I mean. Talk to other folks as well. That's what I'm saying. Like people who you trust, who are knowledgeable about what you're going through, and I would say talk to them as well. All right, and so but COVID positive does not mean the end. So I just want to put that out there. It does not mean the end. I'm going to get through this. I'll be all right. I'll stop being hoarse. And when I stop being hoarse, I'm going to come to you all with the next part of that series that y'all haven't seen in a couple weeks now. But y'all see how my voice will sound after I talk to y'all for a while. All right, and so that's what I wanted to kind of share with you. This is day 5 for me at what I'm calling the COVID hotel. It's not an actual hotel; it's just a place that they have a few places around the island, and they designated this place for people who are coming up with positive COVID tests to quarantine if they have to quarantine. Some people are, well, a lot of people are being allowed to quarantine at home. But of course, I'm still traveling, so this is not home for me. Yeah, and so I really want you all to let me know what it is that you want me to find out about this situation. What questions have you had about what's going on that you haven't heard from actual people going through it? This is the time to find out. What is it that I can ask the people that I'm around that will answer your question? What is it that you want to know about this this scenario, from coming up with a positive test to going back into the world after quarantine? What is it that you want information about concerning any aspect of this? Whether it's the different levels of the suffering that people may be going through, the different levels of healing that may be going on, what the mindset is of the folks who have come through here, even the medical staff and the people surrounding this. This is the time to ask. Now, I have had my own questions, and I will definitely ask those, but if you have questions, if there's something that you wanted to know in this kind of scenario, that you know that someone that you love may experience, or someone that you've heard about in the news, whatever the case is, let me know so that I can go ahead and find that information out. And like I said, I'm going to do and talk and document my experience here in as much detail as I can. Again, I'm going to do it separately, so there's no chance of videos being deleted. All right, and so I'm so glad. I'm grateful for the experience. I really am. Even though it's kind of by surprise, it's just I'm going to get my answers. No longer do I have to. I wasn't worried about the news anyway, but sometimes you wanna wonder, like, what's really going on? What's the real deal? And we're not seeing it from this side of the story. Not a lot. And so y'all help me to find out everything that you would like to know. And that's what I'll be doing. I have another, I want to say 14 days. No, I may have another 16 days here. 20 days is the maximum. Um, as long as you come up negative for the next test, it's the maximum time people will be here, considering they have a welcoming place to go. Me, as soon as I can, I'm getting home, and um, so I have another 2 weeks at least at this place, and so in that 2 weeks, I'm on a mission to get my questions answered and yours as well. So let me know what it is that you want to know, that you've been curious about, and you know, I will get those answers as best as I can. All right, and I think I will have a little bit of decorum, and I will do that detailed series about this experience after I'm out of here. And so, but I'm on it every day to kind of, you know, find out what I need to know. I'm so grateful for this experience. I am. Um, it's unfortunate that the trip is delayed and everything. However, everything happens for a reason. I believe that. And, you know, I'm getting ready to find out some answers, y'all. All right, y'all. So that's really it. I just want to let y'all know that it's not necessarily the end if you come up positive for COVID. All right. Stay encouraged. Keep doing those affirmations. Y'all know, keep doing that inner work. The inner work is what keeps me. I mean, like, really, this right here, coming to a place like this without inner work, I can imagine being one of the most stressful kind of scenarios. And so I'm glad I can be here to help out anybody who's willing to, who wants to help. I can, let them know about doing inner work and everything. And I'm excited about that I could be helpful here and not just sit around waiting for the time to pass. And so, and other things that I'm doing as well. So, yeah, I'm grateful for this experience. I will be coming to y'all tomorrow. So you will see me tomorrow. Tomorrow's a full moon. So y'all know it's time for readings. And I can do them. I was wondering if I could, but I can. Just like I'm talking to you right now. I can go ahead and do some readings tomorrow. So that shall happen. I'm not sitting here down and out. I won't be down and out no matter what's going on in my life. So y'all know that's not what I'm going to do. We will get different emotions. We will go through. We will have ups and downs. But once we learn about ourselves, once we get through those celibate 69 aspects, those 69 aspects I go through, when you know yourself, when you are more whole person, you can deal with situations in a better way. And so, yes, you will go through ups and downs, but know that this is not the end. Everything happens for a reason, and that's how it is for me. And it won't be the end. All right. Not because of a COVID, not because of being labeled COVID. All right. So any comments, questions, this is the time. Let me know in the comments. And I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow for readings. I made a couple of notes. Let me check them and see if it was anything else I wanted to share with y'all. Okay. All right. So I think I said most of what I wanted to say. Y'all be seeing me again. Again. I'm working behind the scenes on this one. And so yeah. All right, y'all. So let me know what it is that, and I said earlier, and I'm going to see y'all tomorrow for readings. Know that I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm dealing with this throat issue. And that's pretty much it for me. The setting is not a bad setting; it's doable, and so I'll be talking about that tomorrow. I've already affected change here. I talk a lot, right? So some of the things that I've said or whatever, I'm affecting change in a positive way. So I'm glad that I'm able to do that. Um, and it's really about the unknown because folks, I'm a sore thumb sticking out, right? I'm sticking out like a sore thumb, and so, but keep that vibe high, stay positive as much as you can. Yeah, we're gonna go through every emotion, and it's all right. The vibing high is important. It's important to vibe high. The lower you vibe, the more susceptible you are to illness. And not to say anything about the official story, but illness, any kind of illness is going to be labeled COVID, I believe. So y'all stay healthy. And keeping that vibe high is part of that. Keeping your mindset right is part of that. All right? So y'all take care. I'm gonna see y'all again, and see y'all tomorrow for readings. And it's probably gonna be the evening because the moon. I think the full moon doesn't even. It's not full until the evening. So I'll bring y'all the readings around evening time. All right, y'all. So with that, I'll see y'all soon. Um, just gonna give y'all some love, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. So give you some love. Oh. Yes, give love always, even in the COVID hotel. All right, y'all. Love and gratitude.